Saludos amigos de tampahoy.com, mi nombre es José Ángel Acevedo y estamos aquí conectándonos esta mañana porque estamos viendo imágenes en vivo de varios eventos que se están realizando aquí en la Bahía de Tampa. Justamente estas imágenes que estamos viendo en estos momentos son del condado Hillsborough. Sin embargo, tenemos por acá también a las personas del condado Sarasota que están en estos momentos esperando que inicie ese desfile que es tradicional en el Día de los Veteranos. Así que yo voy a estar aquí conectados con ustedes a través de tampahoy.com para mostrarles todos estos eventos que están ocurriendo en la Bahía de Tampa durante el día de hoy, honrando el sacrificio de los veteranos en nuestra zona y además de que la Bahía de Tampa es un lugar que es hogar para miles de estos veteranos, además de que contamos con muchas de de las zonas donde los militares se ejercitan, que llevan a cabo su vida, que también han escogido vivir aquí el resto de su vida para poder disfrutar de esta tierra tan bella que tenemos en la Bahía de Tampa. Así que hoy estamos honrando eh, a todos esos militares y veteranos que han sacrificado su vida en nuestra, bueno, en toda nuestra vida. Así que vamos a ver aquí imágenes de Sarasota y vamos a ver imágenes del condado Hillsborough completamente en vivo a través de tampahoy.com. Así que los dejo aquí con las imágenes y una vez empiecen los eventos voy a estar aquí acompañándolos completamente en vivo y también compartiendo con ustedes varios comentarios, también historia del día de los veteranos para que conozcamos un poquito del contexto de qué se trata esta celebración y esta conmemoración que se realiza año tras año. Y bueno, aquí en la Bahía de Tampa este año estamos celebrando eh, el tributo anual del Día de los Veteranos, que es el 61, el año 61. Así que voy a estar pendiente de esto que vamos a estar viendo en minutos. Aquí les voy a dejar las imágenes de ese evento del que les estoy hablando. Bueno, ahora mismo estamos, para que ustedes vean, son imágenes completamente en vivo. Estamos buscando un mejor lugar para poderles llevar y las imágenes que ustedes quieren ver completamente en vivo a través de tampahoy.com. Así que por mi parte quiero darle las gracias y también honrar a todos esos veteranos hispanos que han dado su vida y que han estado junto a nosotros de alguna manera. eh, Luchando por la patria y también por los derechos de esta nación. Así que, bueno, como les vuelvo a mencionar, aquí estamos completamente en vivo viendo imágenes de el condado Sarasota que van a iniciar próximamente ese desfile que se realiza todos los años, un desfile tradicional. Y bueno, aquí tenemos también las imágenes de, como les había mencionado anteriormente, las imágenes del condado Hillsborough, que es donde se está realizando este evento eh, anual por los 61 años que se realiza este tributo anual del Día de los Veteranos, que esto está a punto de iniciar, justamente de iniciar a las 10 de la mañana. Así que los voy a dejar aquí con las imágenes un ratito y nos veremos en tampahoy.com. Así que si no tienes la aplicación de tampahoy.com, bájala ahora mismo, es WFLA, ve a tu tienda de aplicaciones favoritas y entonces ahí vas a ver las notificaciones. Tienes que activar las notificaciones que digan Tampa hoy para que puedas recibir estas notificaciones y puedas acompañarme en estos en vivos que, bueno, en cuestión de minutos voy a estar compartiendo con ustedes el push, la notificación, así que baja las notificaciones ahora mismo para que veas ese inicio nuevamente de esta cobertura que estamos haciendo en el día de hoy para honrar el Día de los Veteranos en la Bahía de Tampa. Así que nos vemos en un ratito y los veo en tampahoy.com.
As we continue to encourage our drivers to be safe, put down your phones, stop texting, pay attention to the roads in front of you, especially at these busier times of the day, both rush hour in the morning and the afternoon, in areas where there are families crossing crosswalks, walking their children to school. It's so important. As we continue to encourage our drivers to be safe,
to be the master of ceremonies, to welcome our proud military community, and to share time with our esteemed dignitaries, Gold Star families, community partners, and everyone who has come to celebrate veterans of all branches. We are certainly beating the heat today. It's nice and cool out. We celebrate the 250th birthdays of the United States Army, Navy, and Marines. The red tents in the park are full of resources, friends, and even some free after the ceremony. Please stay for the free food and musical salute to veterans by our youth. Without the support of the Board of County Commissioners, their leadership staff, and you, we could not hold this event or enjoy the absolute gem that the Veterans Memorial Park has become. With that, I shall begin roll call of today's special guests. Please hold your applause until they all have been introduced. From our Board of County Commissioners, representing District 1, Commissioner Harry Cohen. From District 3, Commissioner Gwen Myers. From District 5, countywide, Commissioner Donna Camera Cepeda, here with her husband, Carlos. From District 6, Commissioner Chris Bowles, here today with his wife, Amber. We welcome our Deputy Hillsborough County Commissioner, Greg Horadell, Assistant County Commissioner, or Assistant County Administrator, Dexter Barge, United States Army retired, Hillsborough County State Attorney, Susie Lopez, from the 13th Judicial Circuit Court, Hillsborough County Public Defender, Lisa McLean, our distinguished keynote speaker, retired United States Army Brigadier General Remo Butler, our distinguished guest speaker, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Paul Husser, representing Florida's 14th District, United States Congresswoman Kathy Castor is here. From the office of U.S. Congresswoman Laura Lee, Florida's 15th District, Subnara Naira. Hope I didn't butcher her name too bad there. Forgive me. From the office of the U.S. Senator Ashley Moody, Taylor Sanchez. From Tallahassee, Florida District 63, we welcome Representative Diane Hart. From District 64, Florida Representative Suzanne Valdez. And from Florida District 69, Representative Danny Alvarez and his family joins us. We welcome Sandra Merman, now Executive Vice President of Schumacher and Advisors, from Hillsborough County Fire Rescue.
Amigos de tampahoy.com, estamos aquí viendo en vivo desde el condado Sarasota el desfile que ya inició. Están realizando el desfile honrando a los veteranos en su día. Vuelvo y repito, saludos amigos de tampahoy.com. Estamos viendo desde el condado Sarasota imágenes del desfile en el que se está honrando el sacrificio de los veteranos en su día. Esto es un desfile tradicional que se realiza todos los años y la Bahía de Tampa esta vez no pudo detenerse. Muchos lugares hoy están cerrados debido a que es el Día de los Veteranos. Sin embargo, muchas de estas personas que están libres salieron hoy para disfrutar de este día y poder honrar la memoria de muchos de esos veteranos que dieron de su sacrificio para poder luchar por los beneficios y los derechos de los estadounidenses y también la seguridad de nuestra patria. Por el otro lado tenemos al condado Hillsborough, que
Immediately
también está
by
realizando
retired Air Force
eh,
Lieutenant Colonel Terry
un
Spann,
evento tradicional.
sing the
Este año
national
están
anthem
celebrando el
and the Pledge of
61
Allegiance will be given
aniversario
by the Vet
de
Council
este evento
President
que se realiza
and our
como parte
chaplain's
del tributo
invocation.
del sacrificio a los veteranos en su día. Y estas imágenes que estamos viendo son completamente en vivo a través de tampahoy.com. Así que te invito que si no tienes la aplicación móvil, vayas en estos momentos a tu tienda favorita de aplicaciones y bajes WFLA para que puedas recibir cada uno de estos notificaciones. Ahora estamos escuchando el himno nacional y vamos a seguir viendo las imágenes de estos eventos a través de tampahoy.com.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We continue to encourage our drivers to be safe. Put down your phone,
Como
stop
pudimos ver, en estos
texting,
momentos
pay
en el
attention to the
condado
roads in
Hillsborough
front of you,
están
especially
realizando
at these
este
busier times of the
evento
day, both
en
rush
el
hour
que
in the morning and
están
the afternoon, in areas where there are
honrando
families.
la memoria la memoria y también el sacrificio de los veteranos en su día. Eh, en el condado Sarasota también estamos viendo un desfile que se realiza anual para celebrar y también honrar la memoria de todos estos veteranos que han dado su vida por la patria. Y bueno, como les mencioné anteriormente, vamos a seguir viendo imágenes durante todo el día en tampahoy.com para que se mantengan informados sobre estos eventos, honrando la memoria y honrando también el sacrificio de muchos de estos veteranos que también viven aquí en nuestra Bahía de Tampa.
For the strength and ability you've given them to serve. We thank you for listening to our prayers and guiding us, and we pray every day for our sons and daughters and for everyone who served in the military. God bless America, and thank you, God, and keep blessing us. Amen.
Thank you, Mary Ellen Harlan. We so appreciate your leadership and taking the time for us veterans to come and welcome our Deputy County Administrator and military dad, Greg Horadell. Please take your seat at this time.
Thank you and welcome everyone to this very brisk morning. I'm delighted to see so many people here. In spite of the weather, it is a bit chilly, and I'm thankful for your time and recognition of the importance of Veterans Day. On behalf of Hillsborough County Board of County Commissioner, my boss, County Administrator Bonnie Weiss, who unfortunately could not be here today. I know she wanted to be, but unfortunately had an issue come up she could not get out of. Welcome. Thank you so much for your time and attention to this very important day where we honor veterans. As a dad and uncle of veterans, I know how important duty, honor, courage, and sacrifice are. And I know that our veterans here in the audience, throughout the county, throughout the state, and throughout this country, all have given a measure of their lives to this country and to make it the great country that it is today. They've served with distinction, and they have done everything that our country has asked of them. And we do owe them this honor, this recognition that we're going to give them today. So without further ado, I would like to invite up, unless Cynthia, you're going to do that. Okay, I'd like to invite up from District 1, please welcome Hillsborough County Commissioner Harry Cohen. Commissioner.
Good morning. It is really wonderful to be here this morning. The Board of County Commissioners feel so strongly about this park, and we come here multiple times during the year for different ceremonies, and it's something that we're really committed to and really proud of. So thank you to everyone who's here this morning. I want to just take a brief moment to talk about the history of Veterans Day. World War I ended on November 11th, 1918. And in 1919, President Woodrow Wilson proclaimed November 11th as Armistice Day, a day dedicated to the cause of world peace and to honor those who served in World War I. In 1938, Congress made Armistice Day a legal holiday. After World War II and the Korean War, President Dwight D. Eisenhower, in 1954, signed legislation to change the name to Veterans Day, broadening the observance to honor veterans of all wars. And today, at this wonderful park, we honor veterans of all branches and wars, and during times of peace, for their great service to this nation.
En estos momentos estamos escuchando parte de la historia de el Día de los Veteranos. Y bueno, les voy a mencionar parte de lo que él está mencionando para que tengan idea de por qué es muy importante este Día de los Veteranos en el que se honra y también se celebra el sacrificio de estos militares que dieron y que han dado y que siguen también dando de su vida por nuestra nación. El Día de los Veteranos tiene sus raíces en el fin de la Primera Guerra Mundial, cuando el 11 de noviembre de 1918, a la 11ª hora del 11º día del 11º mes, entró en vigor el armisticio que marcó el fin del conflicto. Un año después, el presidente Woodrow Wilson proclamó el día de Armistice Day, y en el 1938 el Congreso de Estados Unidos convirtió la fecha en feriado federal para celebrar la paz. En el 1954, según él menciona, tras la Segunda Guerra Mundial y la Guerra de Corea, el presidente Dwight D. amplió su alcance y renombró oficialmente la conmemoración como el que ahora llamamos el Día de los Veteranos o el Veterans Day, en honor a todos los veteranos vivos o fallecidos en todas las guerras. Aquí seguimos viendo que el evento oficial que celebra los 61 años de esta tradición que se celebra aquí en la Bahía de Tampa continúa, y siguen hablando líderes locales, personas que tienen mucho que ver con la vida de los veteranos y que tienen mucho que darles gracias en el día de hoy. Desde entonces, el 11 de noviembre se mantiene como un día de reflexión nacional, sin importar el día de la semana, para reconocer el servicio de millones de los hombres y mujeres que han defendido la libertad del país. Por eso estamos viendo imágenes en estos momentos de todos estos líderes que están formando parte de este evento para honrar la memoria y honrar el sacrificio de muchos de estos militares, tanto hombres y mujeres, que han dado su vida por nosotros, por la libertad y también por la seguridad de nuestra nación. En Sarasota también están celebrando un desfile y bueno, vamos a seguir viendo las imágenes de este evento que se está realizando en el condado Hillsborough en estos momentos, en el que están honrando el sacrificio de todos esos veteranos de Estados Unidos y también en especial a los que viven aquí en nuestra zona de la Bahía de Tampa. Que tengan buen día y nos vemos un poquito más tarde mientras va concurriendo este evento. Les voy a seguir trayendo información sobre lo que ellos mencionan en el podio y también que tenga que ver con lo que a todos nosotros nos interesa saber sobre este Día de los Veteranos aquí en la Bahía de Tampa. Mi nombre es José Ángel Acevedo. Sígueme en mis cuentas oficiales, José Acevedo TP, y también aquí en todas las redes de tampahoy.com a través de wfla.com y también nuestra aplicación móvil WFLA para que tengas todas las notificaciones al momento y en la mano. Así que tengas buen día y nos vemos un poquito más tarde.
Who defended our freedoms, protected our families, and preserved the American way of life. Every veteran here today, sacrifice, thank you for your courage, and thank you for your service. And I also pray for those, our veterans, that are suffering with PTSD, of their lives, and I pray those for the family members. I pray for the brokenhearted. I pray for every one of you. And I pray that God continue to bless the United States of America and our community. God bless you all. Thank you, ma'am. And now from District 6, we welcome Hillsborough County Commissioner Chris Bowles.
Morning. Best for last, maybe? I don't know. Thank you. Good morning. And I appreciate the opportunity to be here to speak before you and for you all to come out on this brisk day. Happy Veterans Day to all of you. This is one of our nation's most special days, and one that is richly deserved by those who served this nation in uniform. This is the 61st annual Veterans Day tribute in Hillsborough County, making today's event one that is both meaningful and an amazing legacy for Hillsborough County. That number of years alone demonstrates how much committed Hillsborough County is to our veteran population. I also want to give a special thank you to the Veterans Council of Hillsborough County and Hillsborough County Consumer and Veteran Services for all the time they take to organize this event and the vast support they provide to all of our veterans, many of which you all know as well. I also take great pride in knowing that Florida houses the nation's second largest population of veterans in the country. And notably, Hillsborough County and the Tampa Bay area holds the distinction of having the highest number of veterans in the state, reaching about 100,000 at this time. And here at Veterans Memorial Park and Rear Admiral Leroy Collins Jr. Veterans Museum, we are able to salute and celebrate the courage and sacrifices of all of our veterans and provide a place to share in a fantastic experience. Here, people of all ages, from all walks of life, can find resources for veterans and their families, along with some other amenities like a kids craft area where they can create some take-home creations. It's family friendly, promoting fellowship and camaraderie. All of this is set against the profound backdrop of these monuments that are around this park and memorials that salute our military and its members. To further highlight our local successes, for the 9th straight year, the Veterans Day National Committee and the VA have recognized Hillsborough County's annual Veterans Day tribute, Veterans Memorial Park, for their excellence. This one of 56 across the nation recognized Veterans Day observance that pays tribute to a fantastic achievement, and I offer my and the board's congratulations again to everybody who made this possible and to get this highly deserved recognition. As the son of a veteran, I understand the sacrifices made for country over family. Many of you know this. And for all who have done so, thank you for your service, and to all who work tirelessly in support of them, including their families. Happy Veterans Day to everyone here. God bless America, and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate all of our county commissioners. Next, we welcome a Tampa native with a long history of public service and support to this park. We now welcome Congresswoman Kathy Castor.
Well, good morning, everyone. We come together on this solemn day with hearts full of gratitude for our veterans who have devoted their lives to service, to our democratic ideal, our Constitution, and our great country. This also includes our Gold Star families who we love, and I couldn't help but see this beautiful Gold Star memorial that they worked so hard on, along with the Veterans Council of Hillsborough County. You know, Commissioner Zepeda, you said that this is likely the most veteran supporting community and local government anywhere, and I think that is correct. All you have to do is around here. This park that is a tangible representation of our veterans. Every day is Veterans Day here. And that's because we are a patriotic community. And I really want to thank each of the county commissioners, the entire board of county commissioners, for their enduring commitment to ensure that our veterans are welcome, that they receive the benefits they have earned, and that they bring us together month after month. This is a day where we recognize it, but this work is going on day after day in partnership with David Van Meter and everyone at the Tampa Haley VA, all of our veteran service organizations, all of you who often go the extra mile to look out for your brothers and sisters who have served us so well. Last year, my good friend and colleague, Congresswoman Laurel Lee, and I announced a federal community funding grant for the Veterans Resource Center here at the park. And today I'm really excited to announce some additional federal support for our community. Two local nonprofits, the Society of St. Vincent de Paul South and the Bowley Centers, Inc., have just been awarded $2 million to ensure that veterans receive the mental health care services that they need, and that they have a safe place to lay their heads at night. These organizations better the lives of those who have served our country selflessly. I don't think anyone would disagree that our veterans deserve access to high quality resources to find safe, affordable housing and mental health services. So those community partners work with Tampa Haley VA and the Bay Pines VA and our veteran service organizations, and Frank Strom and the Board of County Commissioners to ensure that we have a wide reach across the veterans community to continue to ensure that our service members and their families have all the tools that they need to thrive. I also want to thank Brigadier General Remo Butler, my good friend, retired Army Colonel Paul Huzar. I'm looking forward to hearing your words of wisdom today. We need it in this country. We have to work together, and let's mark this day as the time that we turn the page and saw each other as human beings, not a political party, all together in service for the great veterans who have served us so well. So God bless America, and God bless our wonderful veterans.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Our next guest graduated from West Point. His last Army assignment was as Dean of the Army Engineering School. The Cluster, the Defense Meritorious Medal, and more. Dog lover and a true veterans advocate. Please welcome retired Lieutenant Colonel Paul Huzar.
Congresswoman Castor, Brigadier General retired Butler, distinguished guests, fellow veterans, our family members and advocates, and those who are here to honor our veterans. Good morning and happy Veterans Day. It is an honor, a privilege, and truly humbling to be here with you today. Since retiring from active duty, I've had the opportunity to speak publicly about veterans and our contributions. And there are a few truths I keep returning to. I want to share those with you today. We are the most powerful nation the world has ever seen. And we've reached that status with extraordinary efficiency, particularly with respect to our national treasure, our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Guardians. Less than 1% of our population serves in uniform today, yet we protect and defend the entire nation and its interests at home and abroad. That's something that we should all be incredibly proud of. This is a testament to the proficiency of not only today's members, but to all veterans, those who came before us. When I first spoke to audiences like this, there were 22 million veterans in the United States. Today, there are 15.5 million, roughly 6% of our population. Meanwhile, the U.S. population grows. Veterans are becoming fewer, more distant, and sadly, more misunderstood as we grow farther and farther apart from the society that we serve to protect and defend. Fewer and fewer of our citizens know a veteran personally. So that also means that our citizens are more likely to fall victim to stigmas associated with veterans. Too often, the first words people associate with veteran are homeless or disabled. We know that that's not who we are. We know it's not the story of our service, and yet those perceptions persist. So what do we do about it? How do we change those misconceptions? Here's one truth I shared repeatedly. Our armed forces do two extraordinary things for our nation. We fight and win our nation's wars, and we produce some pretty exceptional citizens for our country. Consider the greatest generation. They liberated the world from tyranny and oppression, and they came home to build the greatest democracy and economy that the world has ever seen. Nearly half of World War II veterans became business owners. Compared to today, only 2% of veterans are business owners. But here's a bright spot. In franchising, an industry I know well, veterans represent 14% of all franchisees. We are still punching above our weight, still leading, still making a difference. That's also been my driving passion since retirement and in my second career with VetCorps, attempting to create business ownership opportunities for our nation's heroes and help them become leaders in their communities. While this significant decline in business ownership should not define us or necessarily raise alarms, combined with some of the stigmas I mentioned previously and the growing separation of our population, it certainly should create cause for concern for those here today. To examine our role in society and how we are perceived. No matter what we do, and short of World War III erupting, we will continue to become an even smaller portion of our society and risk becoming even more isolated and, dare I state, misunderstood. So we can either accept this as a reality or we can rise to this challenge. And here's the unifying thought I want to leave you with today. Veterans are defined by selfless service. In a time where I would argue our nation needs us most, it is truly our time to rally and serve, to lead our nation and our communities out of chaos, polarizing politics, social issues, and cultural conflicts. Now, more than ever, our nation needs that service, not just on the battlefield, but within our communities. Author Sebastian Junger, in his book, Tribe, on Homecoming and Belonging, describes the isolation veterans feel after returning home. In service, we thrived in teams, in tribes, unified by mission, connected by shared values. We did not care about race, religion, gender. All that mattered was our fellow service members and our mission. We shared an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And we succeeded every time. The challenge today is simple but profound. Bring that unity and leadership back to our communities. So I issue this challenge to every veteran and every advocate here. Help. Step up. Lead. Serve. Volunteer. Coach youth sports. Join civic organizations. Start a business. But lead wherever you are. Our military is the greatest leadership laboratory in the world. If you served even one enlistment, you've learned how to lead. So when our society is challenged and it feels like many institutions may be failing us, let our society once again lean on our veterans who have never failed us. Let's find a way to look beyond what divides us and be defined by the freedoms and principles that unite us. Let's create the next greatest generation at a time when our country needs us most. Thank you, and God bless our veterans, and God bless the United States of America.
On behalf of the Veterans Council of Hillsborough County, we'd like to present you with this token of our appreciation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, everyone, it's time to sit up and enjoy. I don't know if we're going to do this right now or not, but Charlie has already presented the award here. So are we still doing the, okay, all right. So at this time, we got a bona fide, a patriotic gospel sensation to lead us in song for the ever popular Armed Forces Salute. Will that be you? Well, it says one thing, but I don't think you have a mass choir with you. So at this time, we'll enjoy a rendition here by United States Army Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Terry Spahn.
Good morning. Happy Veterans Day. As I shout out your branch of service, please rise so we may honor your service, starting with the U.S. Space Force. With a mighty watchful eye, guardians beyond the blue, the invisible front line, war fighters brave and true, boldly reaching into space. There's no limits to our sky, standing guard both night and day, with the Space Force from on high. United States Army. Over hill, over dale, we will hit the dusty trail, and those caissons go rolling along. In and out, hear them shout, counter marching all about, and those caissons go rolling.
En estos momentos estamos escuchando en el condado de Hillsborough, están cantando, realizando los diferentes himnos de los departamentos. Ahora acaban de realizar el del Army y vamos a seguir escuchando la interpretación.
United States Navy. Anchors away.
Ahora escuchamos el de United States Navy.
Away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day.
Mientras que en el otro lado estamos viendo imágenes del condado Sarasota, donde continúa el desfile en honor al Día de los Veteranos. Así que estás viendo estas imágenes completamente en vivo a través de tampahoy.com. Quédate con nosotros y baja nuestra aplicación móvil WFLA en tu tienda de aplicaciones favoritas para que recibas todas las notificaciones en el momento y puedas ver estas coberturas completamente en vivo a través de tu celular, de tu tablet o de cualquier device, de cualquier computadora que tengas en las manos. Estamos en cualquier lugar, tu televisión, en cualquier lugar. Nos vemos allá.
United States Air Force. Up we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high to the sun. Here they come, soon to meet our thunder. Atom boys, give her the gun. Down we dive, starting our plane from under. Off with one terrible roar. We live in fame, or go down in flame. Nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. United States Marines. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land, and sea. First we fight for right and freedom, then to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines. Space Force, Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, the United States Marines.
De esta manera
Whoa,
dieron por
thank you.
concluido
Livened up.
a esta interpretación en la que se estaba honrando a cada uno de los cuerpos que conforman las, nuestra seguridad nacional, nuestras Fuerzas Armadas, y de esa manera la misma persona que cantó el himno nacional al principio de este evento le realizó un tributo a todos estos veteranos de nuestra zona que ahora mismo se encuentran ahí y también que están viendo a través de tampahoy.com, como también a esas familias que hoy, en el día de hoy, están honrando la memoria de sus familiares que perdieron la vida durante la lucha para garantizar la libertad y también la seguridad, como también los derechos de nuestra nación.
And continue the journey to overcome adversity and leave a legacy. He wrote a paper called Why Black Officers Fail that became a turning point for his career and many others. In 2001, he became the first Black Special Forces officer to make the rank of Brigadier General. Now in retirement, his side endeavors include consulting for the Baghdad Embassy in Halliburton, to name a few. This year, he was inducted into the Mighty 25, an annual national recognition for noteworthy contribution to military values. And to think, this special veteran lives right here in our community. It's his first time visiting our Veterans Memorial Park. So please give him a warm Hillsborough County welcome to Brigadier General Remo Butler.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that introduction. Congresswoman Castor, you're one of my favorites. I just want you to know that. Colonel Unser, distinguished members of the Hillsborough County City Council, Sheriff's Department, Fire Department, and other distinguished guests and visitors, welcome. It's a great honor for me to have the opportunity to speak to veterans. Usually, they want me to speak to other people who aren't veterans. We all have a commonality. I guarantee I can sit a veteran here and we can start talking like we've been knowing each other for 50 years because we have that commonality. But for the next 36 minutes, I will riddle y'all with thoughts and ideas being a veteran. Yesterday, I was out shopping. And I'll tell you the truth, I was buying some ice cream. And I was at the store and I had my hat on. And the young man who sang, where's he at? I didn't hear the Ballad of the Green Berets. I just want to say that. And this young lady walked by me and she was very happy and smiling. And she said, and I had my coveted Special Forces hat on. She said, "Thank you for your service, sir." And I smiled at her and I said, "Well, thank you. I really appreciate that." But that was a point which made me think. What does it mean when a person says thank you for service? Do they understand what they're saying to you? Now, many of you are probably older than me, and you remember Vietnam better than I do. But during the Vietnam War, because I was in college during that time, I remember soldiers were talked about badly, baby killers. Everything you could think of, they called soldiers. It got so bad that the military said you can stop traveling in your uniform because that's the level that the disrespect rose to. But these guys, a lot of you out there, men, women, sucked it up and drove on and pressed on with the Ranger mission. So that's what I want to talk about. Instead of saying thank you for your service, I'd like to say thank you for your sacrifice. Because if you're a veteran or a veteran spouse, you know what sacrifice is. You know what it means to be selfish. If you're a veteran, I guarantee you didn't miss birthdays, your kids' birthdays, your wife's birthday, your mother's birthday, your father's birthday. You've missed funerals. You've missed school events. You've missed anniversaries. These are real sacrifices. This is not a word game. They realize the level of sacrifice that you've made. And I will guarantee you that most of them don't understand the sacrifice. And part of that, I'm going to put the blame on us. Because as veterans, we hate to talk about ourselves and the things we've done. People have been asking me for years, when are you going to write a book? When are you going to write a book? I know what I did. Why should I tell anybody else what I did? And that's our mentality. You know, when we were in, it wasn't about Facebook, Instagram. We did what we did for ourselves, our unit, and our battle buddies. That was what was important for us. When you start talking sacrifice, people forget that if you're a spouse of a veteran, you are sacrificing. You have taken that old joker to the hospital. You have sat with him. Am I right or wrong? That is a sacrifice. The sacrifice for the veteran is, wow, I got to depend on somebody else. Things we are not used to doing. Military families. You know, you talked about that in Tampa. Hillsborough County has a great military community, and they do, and that's one of the reasons I retired here. But people in the military, we're different. We are really different. We are a family. We are a family, and I'm going to tell you a little story. When I got married here in Tampa, most of my guests were people I had served with. Because when you're in the military, you're going to make one thing. And gentlemen over there, tell me am I right, lying. You're going to make some lifelong friendships. Am I right or wrong? In the military, that's what you do because we share a commonality. And after a while, we share a common mentality. These are things we share. For us, it wasn't a service. We did it for our brothers and sisters in arms who were out there with us. That is what service is. We did that for them, not for us. We didn't do that for the community. We did it for our brothers and sisters in arms. Listening to the different speakers up here talked about the things that they were doing in the military and so forth and so on. It led me to think, how do we need to get the veteran story out? Because as he said, the veteran population is diminishing. I remember when probably 20% of the members of Congress were veterans. They don't understand us. They are not us. We as veterans need to start educating people on what we are, who we are, what we did, and what we can still do. That's what we need to do. We don't need to sit and complain because they're trying to cut our VA benefits. We need to get on the phone and call somebody. We need to write letters. We need to go up to Capitol Hill and visit people and say, hey, when the war was going on, you were right behind us, but now that the war is over, what are you doing? These are things that we have to do. We have to reach down and pull up ourselves. We cannot wait for anyone to put a hand out because we might not get that hand out. So we have to take ownership. We have to be our own advocates. So I'm going to close because I'm not going to take my full 26 minutes. But I just want to tell everyone here, you know, the colonel talked about volunteering and so forth. We need to volunteer, and me included, to get more involved in veteran activities. Number two, we need to start publicizing veteran activities. If I hadn't been here on this today, I would not have known this was here because it's not publicized. We talk about it in our veteran communities, but we don't get the word out to the unwashed masses. And that's what we need to do. We need to start doing a better job of that. But I wanted to say it was a great honor for me to be here, to look out here and see all these fine veterans. And I'm glad to see it because a lot of you guys are older than I am. You know, I'm real happy about that. But anyway, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And thank you for inviting me. And if you need me, pick up the phone and call me. And I will freely give up my time, energy, or whatever to support veterans. Thank you very much.
Again, on behalf of the Veterans Council, a small token of our appreciation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I
God
appreciate
bless.
that. Thank you.
Thank you, General. Thank you very much for those kind remarks. All right, at this time, we're going to do something really amazing and exciting. You ready? All right, cool. So each year, the Veterans Council of Hillsborough County recognizes local individuals for their contributions to veterans. Awards are named after the late World War II veteran Edwin Potterfield and for the late Walt Raysick. Both men were instrumental in the development of this park and museum. Retired Colonel Jim Fletcher, to my right here, will now recognize the 2025 awardees, and I'm going to read some of the items that he gave me. Give them another round of applause, please. The next awardee is Kathy Almaguer, head of the Human Relations Department at the Sun City Center Home Depot. Are you here today? All right, Kathy, come on forward. Let's recognize her for her contributions this year. All right, let's give her another round of applause. Our next awardee is Omar Cortez, a member of Operation Code Vet. If you're here, please come forward. Thank you. Congratulations. The fourth awardee is Loretta Denelek, Secretary of the Chapter 787 of the Vietnam Veterans of America and a mentor with the Veterans Treatment Accord. Please come forward. Congratulations. The fifth awardee is the Gold Star Family Memorial Team. Accepting the award is Lori Fleming and a team member and Gold Star mother. Lori, would you please come forward? Congratulations. Next, the sixth award goes to the Walter P. Ryan Marine Corps League Detachment. Hoorah! The 1226 Honor Guard. Representing the Honor Guard is Sal DeFonso. Would you please come forward to receive the award on behalf of your organization?
Bueno, y amigos de tampahoy.com, de esta manera se terminó este evento que están honrando la memoria de los veteranos y también celebrando la vida y el trabajo que ellos han realizado. Muchos de estos que, como mencioné anteriormente, viven aquí en la Bahía de Tampa. Y bueno, yo les quiero dar las gracias a todos estos veteranos que están aquí viéndome a través de tampahoy.com, incluyendo a los familiares de mi pareja, y a mi suegro también, a mis tíos en Puerto Rico. Les quiero dar las gracias por ser parte eh, de ese movimiento para asegurar nuestra vida y también nuestro futuro. Así que quédense aquí en tampahoy.com. Vamos a estar cubriendo todo el día lo que ocurre en este día bastante frío en nuestra zona. Les voy a mostrar imágenes de aquí, de la Bahía de Tampa, como siendo en la ciudad de Tampa en estos momentos. La ciudad se ve espectacular, se ve bastante limpia, el cielo se ve azul, así que yo creo que es un día bastante lindo. Sin embargo, el frío está muy fuerte, así que yo creo que voy a seguir aquí dentro de la oficina sin salir porque de verdad que el frío está bastante fuerte. Así que tengas buen día y quédense aquí en tampahoy.com, donde voy a tener todas las noticias de lo que ocurra durante todo el día. También en cualquier momento puedes recibir esas notificaciones que digan que hay una noticia de última hora para que me acompañes y descubras conmigo qué es lo que está ocurriendo para que nos mantengamos informados de esta manera. También quiero invitarte a que compartas todos estos enlaces que estoy compartiendo con ustedes, también los en vivos, para que otras personas se puedan unir a nosotros y también se informen de esta manera bastante diferente. Entre eso, también quiero invitarte a que comentes en los live y de esa manera voy a poder compartir sus mensajes en nuestras transmisiones. Aquí voy a enviar un mensaje a través de Instagram. A través del Instagram de tampahoy.com, en el que les estoy mencionando a todo el mundo. Saludos a todos, nos vemos durante todo el día en tampahoy.com. Y bueno, y de esa manera quiero mostrarles eh, que estamos en vivo y que estamos todo el tiempo aquí pendientes a lo que ustedes están escribiéndonos. Así que espero recibir sus mensajes a través de todas nuestras redes sociales 24/7, también a través de José Acevedo TP, que es mi cuenta personal, y que bueno, ahí puedes encontrar toda la información que también trabajo aquí en tampahoy.com de una manera bastante diferente y bastante interactiva con ustedes. Así que no tengas miedo, simplemente únete a la conversación. Nos vamos a mantener aquí 100% en vivo, informándote. Y bueno, vamos a ver, antes de irme, quiero mostrarles a ustedes, vamos a ver si lo puedo hacer por aquí, de esta manera limpiecito y que ustedes no... Vamos a ver imágenes de las carreteras. ¿Qué les parece? Vamos a ver cómo se ve en estos momentos las carreteras durante la mañana de hoy en la Bahía de Tampa. Perdonen que estoy tomando un poquito de tiempo, pero hay que cambiar las cámaras y hasta el momento pues todo está limpio, así que vamos allá. Vamos a ver las imágenes del tráfico en nuestra zona. Estas imágenes son de la I-275 en dirección al norte. Aquí podemos ver la I-275. Se está moviendo bastante bien, bastante concurrida. No hay accidentes por el momento. A las 11:05 de la mañana en la Bahía de Tampa, el Día de los Veteranos. Así que me gustaría saber qué ustedes están haciendo en el día de hoy. Si están libres, si están trabajando, si están estudiando, qué está pasando. Realmente me gustaría saber qué está ocurriendo en sus hogares y en su mente. Estoy aquí conectado con ustedes todavía después que se acabaron estos eventos del Día de los Veteranos, en los eventos oficiales en nuestra zona. Sin embargo, les quiero mostrar que todavía hay movimiento en esos lugares donde se están realizando estos eventos. Este evento, estas imágenes que les voy a mostrar ahora son de donde estábamos viendo hace un rato el evento en vivo en el condado de Hillsborough, porque estamos esperando. En estos momentos tenemos ahí a nuestra compañera Jenna Bass esperando para ir en vivo a través de WFLA. Así que si ustedes tienen el teléfono ahora mismo, sé que me estás viendo, pero si estás al frente del televisor, te invito a que vayas a el canal WFLA para que veas el noticiero, que es bastante nice al mediodía. Es muy diferente. Es ahora a las 11. Es un noticiero bastante fresco en el que todo es de este tipo, como estamos hablando en estos momentos. Y muchas de las veces ustedes pueden enviar sus comentarios y también salen al aire de esa manera en inglés. Así que muy próximamente, nosotros en español estamos trabajando para que eso ocurra muy próximamente. Así que ustedes van a seguir recibiendo información 24/7 en español a través de las redes sociales de WFLA y también de todas las plataformas digitales. Vamos a seguir viendo aquí imágenes del tráfico. Voy a cambiar la cámara para otra cámara por acá. Vamos a ver qué está pasando en en este otro lugar. Aquí tenemos la I-275 en dirección al norte. Y como pues es básicamente la misma imagen que estamos viendo en el otro lugar. Se está moviendo bastante bien a las 11:08 de la mañana. El tráfico está bastante movido. No se ve ningún accidente. Sin embargo, voy a verificar por aquí rapidito el mapa de tráfico para darles la información correcta y que de esa manera nos podamos despedir antes del mediodía de una manera tranquilos. Así que si tienen que salir de su hogar en la tarde de hoy, ahora mismo son las 11:08 de la mañana, solamente queda una hora para que llegue el mediodía. Así que si estás preparándote para salir de tu hogar, quiero que sepas que el tráfico está muy bien. Vamos a verlo. Que te voy a mostrar aquí las gráficas del mapa del tráfico. Por aquí vemos que el tráfico está bastante bien en toda la Bahía de Tampa. Hoy día de los veteranos. Por el momento podemos ver que hay imágenes desde el área de la carretera estatal 60. Se está moviendo bastante bien. Por acá también vemos imágenes Este es el Courtney Campbell Causeway. Vemos, estamos en vivo, completamente en vivo a través de tampahoy.com. Vemos que el tráfico en el Courtney Causeway, en el puente del Courtney Causeway, está bastante movido, está bastante bien. Así que esas personas que les gusta hacer ejercicio, sé que está bastante frío el día afuera, pero el día está espectacular y esto es un preámbulo de lo que podríamos vivir durante en la temporada invernal aquí en la Bahía de Tampa. Es fresco, la estamos viviendo bastante nice. No hay precipitaciones en estos momentos. El cielo se ve bastante limpio, como podemos ver a las 11:09 de la mañana y contando. Hoy, martes 11 de noviembre. Esta es la I-275 en dirección al norte. Eh, Como pueden ver, en dirección al norte, todas las carreteras se están moviendo bastante bien. Así que conductor que está saliendo de tu hogar o personas que se están dirigiendo a un lugar y nos está escuchando en estos momentos, estas imágenes que están viendo completamente en vivo a través de tampahoy.com, el tráfico está bastante bien. Vamos a darle un poquito de zoom aquí. Lo que estaba mencionándole, la I-275 más tempranito sigue bien, pero ya vimos esa cámara, así que vamos a aprovechar el tiempo para ver otras cámaras. Esta cámara está en Del Mabry, en Henderson Boulevard, y vamos a ver si la cámara no carga, pero quería mostrarle una más fuera de esos lugares. Aquí no, las cámaras hoy están de vacaciones también con el Día de los Veteranos. Vamos a ver cómo está el tráfico para el área de Seminole Heights. El tráfico en la I-275 Norte, justamente cerca de Slide Avenue. Podemos ver que se está moviendo, está bastante bien. Esto es en dirección al sur, eh, justamente en el marcamillas 47.7. En el 47.7 estamos viendo que el tráfico se está moviendo bastante bien. Y bueno, como les mencioné anteriormente, ustedes pueden ir a tampahoy.com para que puedan encontrar imágenes en vivo de todo esto que les estoy mostrando a través de nuestras aplicaciones móviles. Y bueno, ahora quiero mostrarles que está llegando el presidente Donald Trump a uno de los eventos del día de hoy para honrar a los veteranos. Yo los voy a estar acompañando a través de nuestras aplicaciones móviles de tampahoy.com y durante todo el día vamos a estar cubriendo todos estos eventos en honor a los veteranos en Estados Unidos. eh, y en estos momentos vemos al presidente Donald Trump eh, participando en los actos oficiales. Así que quédense aquí en tampahoy.com para que sigan manteniéndose informados y también vean todas estas imágenes históricas y también tradicionales del Día de los Veteranos. Mi nombre es José Ángel Acevedo y voy a estar con ustedes aquí durante todo el día. Los espero a las 10:30 de la noche en Tampa Hoy, Noticias Tampa Hoy en DCW Tampa Bay.
Sing the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is traveling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible sixth sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, Christ was born across the sea, with our glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make man holy, let's die to make men free, while God is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Distinguished guests, it is now my distinct privilege to introduce the members of the Veterans Day National Committee. The committee was formed by presidential order in 1954 to plan this annual observance and support other Veterans Day observances throughout the nation. Please hold your applause until I have introduced each special guest. If you're able, please stand when your name is called. Justin McClure, Army and Navy Union, United States of America. Gary McClure, Non-Commissioned Officers Association of the United States of America. Dan K. Wiley, the American Legion. Tracy Brown, Military Order of the Purple Heart. Timothy Morgan, Marine Corps League. Michael H. Hoyer, Military Chaplains Association of the United States of America. Robert Thomas, Paralyzed Veterans of America. Victor Binkowski, Legion of Valor of the United States of America. David J. Worley, Military Order of the World Wars. Justin Jump, TRIA, the Enlisted Association. Pat Payne, Congressional Medal of Honor Society of the United States of America. Coleman Francis Nee, Disabled American Veterans. Brian D. Anderson, Military Officers Association of America. Kurt Kestelut, Commissioned Officers Association of the United States Public Health Service. Keith Reed, Air Force Sergeants Association. David Pycook, Polish Legion of American Veterans of the United States of America. Jeffrey Brodeur, Korean War Veterans Association of the United States of America. David Rodriguez, American GI Forum of the United States. Michael Collins, Catholic War Veterans. Wade Davis, Blinded Veterans Association. Kenneth Greenberg, Jewish War Veterans of the United States of America. John Reiling III, Vietnam Veterans of America. Carol Whitmore, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States. Maria Beam, Fleet Reserve Association. The associate and emeritus members of the committee are also with us today. Associate and emeritus members, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing our Veterans Day National Committee leadership with your applause.
Thank you.